Hi, I'm really elated right now, and I just wanted to say that once in my life I really hated myself. I thought I was real shit, man. I thought I was just crikey Mikey. I just didn't like myself. I thought I was not even worthy of living and roaming the streets of Southampton city centre. That's where I live. I was born in the General Hospital in Southampton. Anyway, I feel I've done a 360 right in my life. Everyone's got their own journey and everyone's got their own timeline of how things work out and what lessons we have to go through and what we have to put up with if we're not actually. Everyone's got a mission, everyone's got lessons to learn, everyone's got a purpose, okay? And it's God's timing when it's over for us, whether you like it or not. It's all planned out, it's destiny, okay? You can't make a wrong mistake. You can't go that way, round the corner, without making a mistake. If you go the other way, if you go up the other road, that's not a mistake either. So whichever choice you make is the right one. You know when you think you can't make a decision and you want to make a decision, which way to go, what road to go down, what bus to catch, shall I stay or shall I go? You get a funny feeling about something. Always trust your gut, always trust your intuition. I ignored my intuition. I actually knew. Sorry, I can hear something under my pillow. I'm trying to push it down so I can't listen to it. Right, I have to move. Sorry. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can't make a mistake. Everything that you do, okay, never have regrets, because it's all sent to trust. It's all meant to be. Everything that we go through, everything that we see, everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we see, everything. You're not imagining it, okay? It's all right. It's okay. It's not a mistake. We don't make mistakes. We do, but even those mistakes are the right ones, because we have to learn. If we, make a mistake, say, for instance, example, someone commits a crime, that's not a mistake. That has to happen for that person or somebody else to learn, okay? Everything that it's just all meant to be. What's happening in your life right now is all meant to be. And I know, it's like you're thinking, why the fucking hell is that meant to be, Amanda? I'm talking bollocks to a lot of people, but I know what I'm saying is true to me. In my opinion, that's how I feel. Everything's mapped out. Everything before we're born. We choose our parents. We choose. I wouldn't want to choose my parents. Why would I want to choose my parents? I say to myself. I don't even like my parents. I forgive them. They're the worst parents that you could put. They're not the worst. I mean, there are worse, aren't there? I'm still here, so they obviously didn't, commit harry-carry and take me away somewhere and not, return me or didn't do anything really drastic to me. So I'm still here. So they're not really bad. But they are bad. They were, and they are. They don't change. Anyway, my parents, I chose before I was born. I signed a contract, okay? And we pick our parents for our journey, my parents are the right parents for my journey in life, for my mission, my purpose, living life, my whole purpose. So I've got to be grateful, really. My parents shouldn't have been parents, basically. Put it that way. They should not have been parents because they weren't good parents. They weren't fit enough to be parents. And people say, oh, they tried their best. No, they didn't. They didn't know how to be good parents. They weren't nurturing and they didn't know how to love or show love. So they didn't do their best. All right, so that's wrong when people say that. They did their best, and some people do their best, and they're great parents. The parents that really do their best. So everything is mapped out. And I just wanted to make this video because the first time in my life I found love. I've been searching for love all my life since I was little. Love from my parents, being nurtured, being taken care of, feeling loved. I was on my own, Jack. I met God when I was little. I used to have conversations with God because I was a lonely child. I was an invisible child. I was an invisible person, a little girl. I was lost, isolated, and I spoke to God. And I've been through so much in my life. And I know that not everybody believes in God, but we all got our cross to bear and we've all got our own journey. We've all had things happen, and some of us believe in God because some things have happened to us so much that we couldn't possibly be here. If I didn't have my faith, in my opinion, I believe, if I didn't have faith in God, if I didn't believe in him, if I didn't keep talking to him like I did when I was a little girl, to take myself out of the situation, to bring myself out of my horrible situation growing up as a child, I believe, I could have turned out to be a very bad person maybe, because a lot of people, not everybody that have bad childhoods, turn out to be, really bad, evil people. But those things happen for a reason. Some people would say evil don't exist. It's a bad wiring of the brain. It's not their fault. It's not somebody's fault that they've murdered somebody. They've calculated how they've done it and they've thought about it and they know exactly what they're doing, but they've had a knock to the head. I don't care. I've had a knock to my head, and I understand that people get brain damaged, but whatever the case, committing evil acts, if you don't want to say people are evil, but then there's reasons why they commit such vile, inhumane, horrible acts, there's no excuse at the end of the day. There's no excuse. That doesn't excuse anything. Because imagine people, we let people with, knocks to the head, if they get away with what they do, they'll carry on doing it, won't they? And it's still evil. It's still an evil act. So I'll go back to what I was saying in the first place. You can love yourself. You can get through life, even though you've been thrown, lots of poo's been thrown at you from all directions. Lots of arrows thrown at you. People stabbing you in the back, stealing from you, pushing over you, lying to you, breaking in your home when you're asleep, I've had that happen to me. Somebody actually broke in my home and I stayed in my bed and went back to sleep because I knew God was there. I knew. I felt protected. And if I didn't know that, if I didn't think that, why would I still be here? I had a feeling who it was. And I've had so many people, turn out to be people that I didn't actually think they were. I'm awake now. We don't always go through life with radars. We don't know who people really are. It's not our fault that people turn on us because they hide themselves, they hide who they really are. So people that get abused, people that get, stalked, you're friends with, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, it's not an excuse. People say you got involved with that person. You're just as bad. Yeah, I did get involved with that person, mate. But at the end of the day, they didn't come in with a sticker on their head saying I'm a psychopath, I'm going to steal from you and, abuse you physically, mentally, and so on and so forth. They don't come with stickers. They don't come with badges. Narcissists, psychopaths, evil people that commit crime and prey on women, and children. Don't trust anybody. Don't. Just don't. Look where it gets you. Look where it gets us. We've got to be so careful these days. I've been going on YouTube and I've been seeing, the wood for the trees, and so much. This planet is just absolutely crazy. Absolutely. People wonder why bad things happen to people. People wonder, why is this happening? Fucking hell, God, there's no God. He's so amazing. God can't, he's not doing anything though, is he? No, because we've got free will. We've got free will. It's man that destroys the planet. It's man that commits murders. It's man that rapes children and rapes women. And, women do things as well. It's man, woman. Adam and Eve had a choice. We've got a choice. It's man-made. I get really, a little bit uptight because I believe in God, right? And I've got a right to, because I've been through so much, so many trauma since I was a little 3-year-old girl that had to bring myself up, that had to find a home at 16, that was put on the streets, had to find, I could have got in so much more trouble than I did. I had no guidance, I had no love, I had nothing, no speaking to me, no conversations. I was left, neglected, had anorexia. I've been through it all when I was a child, and I started going through it since I left home 16 up till 44 years of age now. And I'm still getting crap. I'm still getting people stalking me. I'm still getting people hating me. I'm still getting this, I'm still getting that, because I'm anointed. I'm anointed. God anointed me. I'm one of God's anointed people. I can see spirit in people, bad spirit. I know when people are good. I know when people have got... It's a spirit in people. People's spirits. People need to turn to God. I've been baptised. I'm not saying, hey, I'm a great person. Look at me. Listen to me. I'm really, really great. I've been baptised. No. I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to make people see what's going on. I've been saying I could be a bitter, hateful, nasty person that hates the world, that hates men, that hates women, that hates. But I'm not. And I'm never going to be that way. I get angry, get peed off. I get annoyed like everybody else. But some people ruffle your feathers, so what do you expect? You're going to get a bit annoyed. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean you've got these labels that people have for mental illnesses. They're man-made. The doctors make them up. Catherine Zeta-Jones, bless her. She had a breakdown because I had a breakdown and I was diagnosed bipolar disorder. Catherine Zeta-Jones had a breakdown because her husband, Michael Douglas, was on drugs. He had a sex addiction. He had a sex addiction. He got help for it. She had a breakdown and then she was labelled bipolar. All of a sudden, she's an adult, 40, 50s now. She's all of a sudden got bipolar. Why wasn't that diagnosed when you were little? Yeah, I know it's hard, to diagnose, children, but children do get diagnosed. My son's really hyperactive, and it's just people that are high vibrational and got high energy levels. It doesn't mean, it's just a label. ADHD, bipolar, it's ups and downs. We all get ups and downs. These pills that we put on, we have to take them because the doctors won't get paid, would they? The psychiatrists are there to give out, that's their job, to give out pills. But I nearly got OD'd. The doctor OD'd me with pills when I was put into hospital after, because my ex-partner, my daughter's dad, was, abusing me because he's a narcissist. He was using my daughter's porn as in, using her, piggy in the middle, trying to use my daughter to hurt me, to take her away from me. So he put my head away in hospital. And then I got diagnosed. And then I'm, we're the people. It's silent abuse. It's got to stop. it can't be proved, mental and emotional abuse. But it's worse. It's worse. You know, people snap. That woman, she snapped, didn't she? Because her partner, her husband, was emotionally, mentally picking on her all the time. Abuse. It's like being battered, but inside your head, inside your brain. And these people are dangerous because they know people lead to suicide getting that treatment from that person that they're with, their loved one or whoever. There's got to be a way around it. It's got to stop. You know, obviously it's worse than having bruises because you can prove that. You can't prove. You've got to be clever. You've got to be clever. You've got to get these people, put them behind bars where they belong, because mental abuse is just as bad but worse than physical abuse. It scars your head. It scars your mind. You've got to have like counselling. You know, you put on drugs. All these drugs it's like you're being punished for the punishment that you've been given by an abusive narcissist that's been battering your mind and brain for years. I had it for 16 years. But I didn't snap because I knew exactly why. Because that's what they want. That's what this is why they do it. This is why they use mental abuse, because they know that it can't be proven. No, it's your word, against theirs. Their word against yours. So don't react. Don't hit that person back. That's exactly what they want. My ex used to want me to hit him. He used to try and, he was bullying me. I bet you'd love to punch me in the face, Amanda. I don't know how you put up with this. I would have snapped by now. Giving me little hints, trying to put it in my brain that I should, maybe I should go crazy. Yeah, I've got a right to. No, it's mind manipulation, mind fuckery. So, people try and tell you things that aren't true about yourself. It's abuse, mental abuse and emotional abuse. It's the worst abuse. Well, one of the worst abuses, because you can't prove it. Maybe we should all, people out there that are getting this abuse should record everything. Record it, write it all down. I've had it since I was a child. I've had mental, emotional mind fuckery. And I've had it up till now. And I won't suffer from it again. And so I'm I know what it's like. That's why I'm saying this now, because I understand, and I am very, very sympathetic and annoyed also with people that do, when I hear of it, my friends go through it. Just people, things you watch on the YouTube TV. Narcissists are dangerous people. And the only way we can stop being mentally abused is not get involved with them in the first place. Get to know somebody really well before, and it's worse when you have children with them. It's not worse that you have children, because your children are welcome into the world, aren't they? They're miracles. We never, we obviously don't regret having our children, but we've got to be careful who we have our children with. It's really, really important. I'm telling you from experience, it's really, really, really important that you really... I didn't get to know some of my boyfriends properly because I just didn't want to be on my own. I was lonely all the time. I know now that that's wrong. It's not right. It's not good. But, I went for it for a reason. Maybe I went for it because, a lot of people go through it and I'm trying to help people. That's why I'm using my experiences to help people. But people are not interested. People don't really want to read about my stories. But they're really important. They're the most important stories about my mental health, about stress, about PTSD. I can help you. But people would rather watch something funny, or I don't know. I just think it's really important to talk about our experiences, and then we can help each other. And I believe God, you know, helped make this, you know, YouTube's great, because you can get that information, you can put that information out there, and there's so many things on YouTube that are really helpful. The information and knowledge is power. So thank God for YouTube, eh? So I'm loving myself now. You know, I've had a tough time, and I think it's about time, you know, that I put my just put myself into my own situation, being loving myself and making my own life for me. Because when you put people first, and when you forget about yourself, and because I was brought up to feel bad about myself, that I'm always wrong and I'm always a bad kid, you know. I was always put down all the time. I wasn't liked or loved, so I was bound to have, like, you know, made bad choices in my life, you know, over people, didn't get to know people, because I wanted somebody to love me all the time. I wanted love, I wanted to feel love, I wanted to feel loved. So now I've actually found that love, you know. And they say, you know, you can't love someone, you can't love properly, you can't give love to somebody unless you love yourself. And I've found that love. I'm in love with myself for a change. I've been in love with so many people that weren't in love with me. But the biggest love and the nicest special love that God can give you is love for yourself. And I'm experiencing that now. I'm loving myself. It doesn't matter if I'm married. It doesn't matter if I'm with a partner. I used to always want to be with somebody. But I don't feel that need anymore. I don't feel I need to fill a void, a gap. And it's the most wonderful feeling, because I love myself. I used to not want to live on my own. I hated it. It scared me. I was afraid. I was bored. I just wasn't sat comfortable with myself on my own. But I love my own company more than anybody's, and I'm going to meet somebody that is like that, exactly like me. When you're whole, when you love yourself, that is when you'll meet the right person, somebody that's going to value you, have the same mindset, same values, same morals, same way of thinking, same, you know, the love. They're going to have love for themselves, because you can't, if you don't love yourself, you will meet somebody like yourself and they don't love themselves, and you'll be relying on each other all the time, and it's called a codependent relationship. It's like a drug. You want that person like he or she's a drug. It's an addiction. You're addicted to the feeling of the feeling of the person's company, the person's just being around, you know, the hugs, the intimacy, you know, but you depend on it. You can't be without that person. You can't live without somebody. You keep replacing partners. You keep, you know, wanting somebody, even if they're treating you bad, you know, you let it go, because you think, well, it's better than being on my own. I'm with someone. They're not too bad. They're not beating me up or anything. But if that person don't love you and you love them, it's not true love. It's just you're in love with the thought of being loved, and you're in love with the thought of love. You're in love with love. But you've got to actually love yourself first, and then you'll get that person reciprocate that same love to you, because they can see that you value yourself, that you love yourself, and you're accepted. You know, you feel accepted by God, you feel accepted by yourself, and you feel accepted. It doesn't matter if you don't need a validation from anybody else. You don't need everybody's, you know, say ghosts, you know, you don't need their validation. You know, you don't need somebody to tell you who you are, somebody to tell you what you already know. You're not looking for advice. You're not looking for, what's that word? I can't think of it now. Acceptance. You're not looking for, oh, you know, am I saying this right? Am I right about this? You know, am I looking okay? Am I, you know, because you already know and you already love yourself. You already know how you feel. You're sure of yourself. You're not looking for people's, you know, yes or no's, or to tell you what you already know about yourself. You're not looking for that. You know, you're not that lost little girl. I'm not that lost little girl anymore. I tell people my stories about my life. They see me as a vulnerable person that needs validation, that needs, you know, I don't need anybody's validation. When you truly accept and love yourself and you're comfortable and you know who you are, you don't need to be, you know, acceptance. You don't need validation from anybody. That's not what your friendship's about. That's not what you want to be, who you want to be, you know, that's not why you want to be friends with somebody for. A friendship is when you share things together. You don't gossip about each other behind each other's back. You're not two-faced, you know? You find out who people are when you get to know them, obviously, because we all give, you know, we all give people benefit of the doubt. You know, attracted to somebody because they're like you. Friendships, normally you're aligned the same. You've got the same values, you've got the same interests, you've got the same hobbies, you get on. You just have a laugh. You don't need to compete with that person. You don't need to look better than that person and you know, and be in competition. I'm better than you know, she thinks she's better than me, but, you know, my hair's blonde and I think I look, you know, my hair's longer than hers and I think I look great. And, you know, it's like, oh, I had this to eat tonight, and what did you have? Oh, really? You know, well, I had this, and what did your boyfriend buy you for your birthday? Well, he bought me, you know, he bought me a TV. Oh, my boyfriend bought me a car, Mercedes-Benz. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. You know, friendships aren't about scoring over each other, point scoring, who's better than who's saying the best things, who's right and who's wrong. You know, don't bother getting involved with people that just want to be in competition with you. It's not friendships aren't a competition. Friendships are you enjoy each other's company, you have a laugh, you cry together, you give each other advice, you're there for that person. You know, that's easy, isn't it? It's nice, it's good to be nice, isn't it? It's nice to be nice. Everyone can be horrible. We've all got it in us. But actually, not everyone wants to be horrible. Like me. I enjoy being nice. You know? I'm actually not out to hurt or maliciously do anything horrible to anybody. You know? But at the same time, I'm not going to put up with people being abusive, people stalking me, people saying this, saying that, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just hearsay. It's just gossip. It's just what, you know, I tittle tattle. It doesn't interest me because I'm past all that. I've been through it all. You know, I'm getting sort of aligning with people that are more like myself, and that's what happens. You know, if you're feeling down, you know, and your friend is you feel you're not connecting, and you haven't got anything in common, you know, and you just feel that sort of vibe that you can't quite connect and can't quite gel with that person, you know, that's what it's like. So you will pick up on that. You'll pick up, it's not a competition. It's not. There are people that just want to compete, and men do it to women as well. It's not just about women doing it to women. It's men compete with women, and it's all sorts of things. And that's all I've got to say now. I've got nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not out to... I just want to thank you for watching this video, and like and subscribe. That would be nice. Don't worry if you don't want to, or can't, or forgot, or whatever. It doesn't matter. I just thank you for watching this video. See you later, guys. Bye.